This is Anthony. I want you to check out a new song I'm working on called I Carried Her Through. Tell me what you think.
The sky turned red before the sirens. A town cracked open like a shell. I grabbed her hand, she dropped a ribbon and whispered, will we be okay as well? I said, don't look back, just follow as the windows turned to flame. She was 6, I was barely older, but I knew I'd take the blame. We crawled through alleys soaked in silence, past soldiers shouting names. I held her close beneath the rubble and prayed they'd miss our frame. She cried when bombs lit up the skyline. I covered both her ears and hummed the song our mother taught us to drown out all her fears. We found a can of beans unopened and water from a rusted pipe. She said it tastes like metal. I said it means we're still alive. We slept beneath a broken stairwell. Her breath was sharp and thin. She asked, is mama looking for us? I said she's strong, she'll win. The streets were filled with shattered glass and shoes with no one left to wear. We passed a man slumped by a doorway. She stared and whispered, is he there? I said he's resting from the running and pulled her gently past. She held my hand a little tighter and didn't ask again. I carried her through fire and shadows, through checkpoints, wire and stone. I swore I'd get her somewhere safer, even if I went alone. But strangers saw our quiet courage and helped us cross the line. Now she sleeps beneath clean blankets and the stars are finally mine. A boy named Sammy shared his ration. A girl named Nora gave us her coat. An old man drew a map in ashes and said this path still holds some hope. We crossed the border in the silence with paper stitched in thread and found a woman waiting kindly who said, you're safe, go rest your head. We slept inside a burned out bus. She shivered hard against my chest. I gave her both my sleeves and said, tonight I'll be your vest. She whispered, do you think they'll find us? I said they'd have to pass the dark. And when the bombs lit up the skyline, I just hummed to calm her heart. She cried when we ran out of crackers. I cried when I thought we were done. She said, don't let them take me. I said they won't, not while I run. We both cried when we saw the border and the fence that marked the end. But a voice said, you're not alone now, you've got strangers and a friend. He couldn't have been more than 20, but his eyes had seen the war. He said, I've walked this path before you, and I'll walk it once more. He led the group through minefields with a flashlight and a plan. And when we crossed into the quiet, he just nodded, took my hand. She still asked why the sky was angry, why the buildings had to fall. I say some places lose their meaning, but you still have it all. She draws our journey in her neon stars and names, and I watch her build a future from the ruins I reclaimed. I carried her through fire and shadows, through checkpoints, wire and stone. I swore I'd get her somewhere safer, even if I went alone. The stranger saw our quiet courage and helped us cross the line. Now she sinks beneath clean blankets and the stars